Hi, this is Jason here at RoofSnap, and this is round 2 of our frequently asked questions. Katrina, what do we have up next?
So next is how to get pitch off of hipped roofs.
Yes, so we have a tool here in RoofSnap that allows you to measure the pitch. It's using the Apple flyover imagery. So when you have Apple flyover imagery, you can tap on this button down here in the bottom right-hand corner where the little finger is here on the screen. And in our area, you'll see that it opens up this three-dimensional environment. I'm using 2 fingers and kind of scrolling around. This imagery is not available everywhere, so you may find that you go to pull up this imagery and it looks very flat and not very high resolution. In that case, you won't have the ability to get pitch from Apple, but in this case, we do. So with hipped roofs, it's not the same as gables. As many of you may recall, on a gable roof, you just point the gable towards you and straighten up the ridge right on the crosshairs. And when you zoom in, you can open the pitch card in the upper left-hand corner, and that allows you to come down and select the right pitch. And it looks like we have 412 on this rear gable. But on hips, it doesn't work that way. We can't measure the angle right off of the hips. So there's another method that we devised using this same tool. What you're going to do is, with 2 fingers on the screen, sliding them up and down, you can change the orientation of the image. You want to start in the straight overhead view. And you want to put the vertical line of the crosshairs very close to the gutters, but still on the roof plane. And you want to line up the horizontal line right where the 2 hips meet the ridge.
Gotcha.
And then from here, I'm going to carefully, with 2 fingers, change the angle of view, bringing it all the way down. And then immediately zoom in with the magnifying button in the upper left-hand corner. What I have done is I've created a relationship between the point where the hips meet the ridge and the spot that I marked on the roof with my red crosshairs. That is a true line straight down the slope. So when I open up my pitch card, now the goal is to take the pitch card and find the pitch value that connects where the hips meet the ridge and the red crosshairs on the right, which also appears to be a 412.
Gotcha.
Now there's one final trick here in verifying pitch. So we're going to go all the way back out to the roof. And the slope that I just measured is this one right here. There is a way that I can tell within this top-down view of the drawing if this slope is the same pitch as its corresponding adjacent slope over here.
Interesting.
If I tap on edges, because I have the eaves labeled as eaves, the hip labeled as hip, and the ridge labeled as ridge, only when all the lines are labeled, I can press and hold on the hip, and it's going to tell me the angle that that hip is between the 2 eaves that it comes off of. And it's not exactly a true 45. And again, it's based on the imagery, and nothing is ever going to be exactly 45. But if these 2 angles are both in the 40s, relatively adding up to 90, then we know that it's creating a right angle. And that tells us, when they're both in the 40s, that the pitch on one slope is the same as the pitch on the adjacent slope.
Oh, math. You get us again.
Yep, the math of it, and it works. So again, you're looking for pitch angles within the 40s, and in order to do that, you press on edges, you press and hold on the line, and you see this one is much closer to 45 and 45. That way we know that when we go and label the pitch, we can put 4 here, 4 on the opposite side, and 4 on the end.
Great.
Thanks again for joining us for another quick FAQ, and we'll talk to you guys again soon.